everyone, welcome to my kitchen. So today I'm going to do a foam roller session with you. Now normally in my class we would do the whole body, but we want to keep these videos to sort of 20-30 minutes long. So what we'll do is we'll do two parts. So the first one we'll do is upper body. Okay, so if you lay yourselves down flat on the floor first of all, before we do any sort of foam roller sequence, we really want to become aware of how the body feels against the floor. So laying yourself down flat, have your palms facing up towards the ceiling. And we're going to do what's called a rest and assess. So as we're going to just do the upper body today, and that's what we'll just focus on at the moment. So starting with the head, if you turn your head from side to side, and it's nice and slow. So what we're looking to see is the range of movement that you have in the neck, to maybe highlight if there's any stiffness or soreness in the neck. Because after we've done this sequence, hopefully that will improve. Then from here, let's go down towards the shoulders. So depending on sort of where you hold your stress, tension, you might find that when you're laying on the floor, your shoulders might be slightly raised off, like one side might be down closer on the floor than the other. So just sort of assess how that feels. And then also going down into the upper back. Again, if you've got any tightness, that might feel different from either side. Your back might be raised off the floor from quite a high position. We've all got the natural curve in the lumbar spine, so just become aware of how big that gap feels. And also the sequence that we'll do may sort of affect a little bit lower down. So just sort of think, does your bottom feel evenly weighted to the floor? And then also compare left to right. So compare your left and right arm. Is there maybe more flesh touching the floor on one side than the other? Possibly if you know the shoulders are slightly off the floor, that's going to affect the arms as well. But just take some nice deep breaths and just do that assessment for me. And hopefully then once we've done the sequence, you'll notice the difference. Okay, so let's make a start. So if you grab your foam roller, we're going to start with the head. So we're going to place the head onto the roller. Now it's very important that you have the roller where your hairline is. That way the roller won't be touching the top of your spine at all. And just for comfort as well, you might find it's more comfortable to bend the knees, have the feet about hip width apart, and just so you're nice and comfortable. Now throughout this, we want to keep a constant pressure on the roller. So we're going to start first of all with just turning the head from side to side. So nice and slow. We're just going to drop the head over just to where the edge of your ear touches the roller, and then come back to the centre and go over the other side. All the time keeping that pressure on the roller. Now, if at any point during this video you feel any pain when doing any of the movements, please stop straight away. I'm sure you won't, but just in case, just come to a stop. Okay, and let's do one more. And we'll bring the head over to the right. So we're going to come to a stop, again, just where your ear touches the roller. And then on this point here, we're going to just circle the head around. So it's just a small circle. And then we can go in the opposite direction. All of these movements that we're doing are just going to be moving your connective tissue and sort of muscles against the roller in different ways. So then come to a stop, staying in this position, we can then just nod the head up and down. Keep that consistent pressure on the roller. And then we can come to a stop. We're going to hold our head here, take a nice deep breath in, and then a nice slow exhale out. Okay, bring your head back to the centre and then let's go over to the left. So again, come to a stop when the edge of your ear touches that roller. And we can then start circling the head around on this side. Let's do a couple more circles and then go the opposite way for me. And come to a stop, hold it here, and then we can just nod the head up and down. And come to a stop. So deep breath in, and a slow exhale out. And then bring the head back to the centre. If you need to, just maybe adjust your positioning, make sure that roller is still on the hairline and not touching the spine at all. So here we're going to do like a figure of 8 movement, and the best way I find to do it is if you think your nose is drawing that 8 shape in the air. So going side to side, drawing that 8. Keep that pressure on the roller. And then come back to the centre. Hold it here. Deep breath in. And breathe out. Okay, we're then going to move the roller up about 1 inch so that then the roller is more on the back of your skull. Your nose now will be pointing directly up towards the ceiling. Keep that pressure on the roller. And all we're going to do is you're going to drop your chin to your chest and then push your nose back up to the ceiling. So to the chin, nose back up. Let's do 2 more. Last one. Come to a stop, nose is up to the ceiling. And then here, deep breath in and breathe out. Excellent. So let's move downwards. So just sit up slightly, bring that roller underneath the shoulders. So we want to get the roller mid-shoulder blade. And a way we can sort of get it in the right position is put your arm up in the air, wiggle the arm around. With the other hand, feel for the bottom of your shoulder blade. So your shoulder blade comes down into a point and you will be able to feel that. So we want that foam roller midway between that point and the top of the shoulders. And when you find that position, we're going to bring the hands behind the head. So you're just going to cradle your head there, okay? So keep the bottom on the floor. What we're going to do first of all is lengthen the front of the body. So nice and slow, all you're going to do is let your head and hands lower down over the roller and then bring yourself back up. That's it. We'll do 3 more of these. So just taking it slow. Two more. And the last one. And come back to the start position. Excellent. So we're then going to lift the bottom off the floor, and this is where we start rollering. So we just want to focus on this mid-shoulder blade point. So we just little roll backwards and forwards. Now, to get into this a bit more, what you can do is point your elbows up towards the ceiling. Just makes those shoulder blades pop out a bit more. You might feel a bit more, it's not painful, I would say. It's quite nice, it's like a deep massage. Excellent. Then come to a stop. Lower the bottom down onto the floor, bring the elbows out to the side again. And then what we can do is like a bit of a side stretch, going side to side. Again, it's just another way of moving the muscles and connective tissue against the roller. That's it. And then bring yourself back to the center. From here, let's take the left elbow. We're going to push it up so it's pointing up towards the ceiling, and what you'll find is you'll then come onto that right outside edge of your shoulder blade. You're then going to lift the bottom off the floor and we can roll backwards and forwards here. Now for some people this is quite painful. Just gently go backwards and forwards. You keep going, I'm just going to move that down. There we go, that's it. So rolling backwards and forwards. That's it. Okay, lower your bottom down onto the floor, bring yourself back to the centre. And we're then going to go the other way. So, right elbow up towards the ceiling, brings you onto that left outside edge. I apologise for my back towards you. And lift the bottom off the floor, roll backwards and forwards. Going along that outside edge of the shoulder blade. And then lower yourself back down to the floor, bring yourself back to the centre. I'm rolling away here. Okay, so then we're going to bring the roller down a bit further. So we're coming more mid-back area this time. And then lift the bottom off the floor and we can have a little roll backwards and forwards here. It's just small movements. Excellent. And then lower your bottom down onto the floor. Okay, so from here, let's come up towards the shoulders. So rolling down, lift the bottom off the floor. So roller is now at the top of the shoulders and we can start rolling backwards and forwards here. Again, we can point the elbows up towards the ceiling just to get those shoulders pop out a bit more. Okay, and the last part of this little piece, we're going to go from the top of the shoulders all the way down to the mid-back and up. Okay, so rolling it down to the mid-back, and as you do, curl yourself up as though you're doing a crunch, and then come slowly back up to the shoulders. So roll it up and down. Last one. Now, if you do my class, you will realise that you can roll all over the floor, move around quite a bit as I'm going off the camera here. So lower your bottom down onto the floor. Lift yourself up, just push that roller out of the way. Lay yourself down flat on the floor. So already you may be feeling that upper back and shoulders already feel a bit flatter to the floor. Okay, so let's carry on. We'll do more of the upper back. So grab your roller. This time we're going to lay along the length of the roller. Okay, so coming up, sit on the end and then lower yourself down. Make sure that I'm in the camera view. Now, you want to make sure that the top of your head is in line with the top of the roller. Okay, have your feet about hip width apart, hands down on the floor by your side. So we're going to start off by just rocking side to side. So you want to feel as though you're going to fall off the roller and then bring yourself back to the centre. So it's getting right down in between your shoulder blades. Sit and then come back to the centre. Okay, so here we're going to then do a pelvic tuck and tilt. Okay, so you're going to curl your tailbone up towards the ceiling. So you're going to be pushing your lower back into the roller. And then you're going to arch your back away. So we're just tilting that pelvis backwards and forwards. Now you don't want to be pushing your feet into the floor, so keep your feet nice and light. And we're just rocking that pelvis back and forward. Try not to let the rib cage splay too much. And then bring yourself back to your neutral position. We're then going to do some focused breathing. And we break this down into 3 different sections. So the first one is focusing front and back. So you're going to place one hand onto your chest, the other hand onto your tummy. So you want to take a nice deep breath in. You want to really try and fill your lungs. Pretty much day to day when we breathe, we're breathing really high into the chest. We really want to get deep and fill those lungs. So let's do 5 breaths. So you're going to take a deep breath in. And as you do, you want to feel your hands rising as your chest and tummy inflate. And then a nice slow exhale out. So breathing in and out. Two more. Last one. We're then going to focus on our sides. So bring your hands to where your rib cage is. So this time when you breathe in, I want you to really feel that rib cage expand. Feel as though it's pushing your hands out to the side. So let's do 5 breaths here. Breathe in and out. Two more breaths. Excellent. So last position is focusing top and bottom. So we're going to have one hand on a collarbone, the other hand on your pelvis. So this time when you breathe in, you really want to lengthen the torso. So it's going to feel as though the hands move away from each other and then come back. So let's do 5 breaths here. So breathing in, lengthen the body, breathe out. Two more. Excellent. Okay, so from here, I want you to bring both arms up above you, fingertips pointing up towards the ceiling with your palms facing in towards each other. So when you breathe in, I want you to reach up as high as you can towards the ceiling. Then as you breathe out, keep the arms straight, just let your shoulder blades drop down either side of the roller. And then breathe in, stretch up. Breathe out, let the shoulder blades drop. Let's do 4 more. So each time, maybe you'll see those shoulder blades dropping down either side of that roller a bit more. Let's do 1 more, reaching up. And let those shoulders drop. Okay, from here we're going to do double arm circles. So you're going to take both arms up over your head, and then your arms are going to circle out wide down by your side. Now the arms want to hover off the floor. So breathing in as the arms come over, breathe out as they circle round. Now with this one's really nice. You're really going to feel those shoulder blades traveling along that roller. We reach away through the fingertips. Let's do 2 more. Last one. And we'll come to a stop, again with the fingertips over the head. Then we're going to do the single arm reach. So one arm goes over the head as the other one comes down by your side, and then you switch. And let's just do 2 more. Okay, from here just pop your hands down on the floor by your side. Last part of this sequence. I want you to turn your head and look to the left. Now your right hand, keep the right hand on the floor, but just stretch away through the fingertips. Now what you might find is that you'll feel a stretch going up that arm and maybe even into your neck. Take a nice deep breath in and then breathe out. We're then going to turn the head and look to the right. This time the left hand, again, stretch away through the fingertips. Deep breath in and then breathe out. Turn the head back to the left, right hand, reach away, stretch through those fingertips. Deep breath in and breathe out. And then last time, turn the head to the right, stretch that left hand out, reach away through the fingertips, breathe in and breathe out. Then bring your head back to the center. Okay, and if you straighten your right leg, then I want you to slowly roll off that foam roller, push it out of the way, lay yourself down flat on the floor, go back to that rest assess position, so palms facing up, and scan from head to toe. And hopefully you'll notice a difference. So maybe again turn the head from side to side. If you had any tightness in the neck, you might be able to turn the head a bit further now as that's been released off. Then going down to the shoulders, upper back, that lumbar area just may feel a lot flatter to the floor, or maybe even feel like you're sinking into the floor. Nice deep breath. And then when you're ready, just slowly bring yourself up off the floor. Now, of course, on any parts of this sequence, you can pause the video and just spend a bit more time on each section. But hopefully you've enjoyed that. And as I say, I will be doing another video for the lower body. So see you soon. Bye.